Alright, we start off this video with a time skip. Sorry about the noise within the back. That is because of the fact that my the fan within my bathroom finally decided that it was gonna work when it hadn't worked in fucking years. It's a new noise that makes my head hurt. Anyway, this is what if Naruto was in my story on the wattpad part 2. So let's get into this. We also start this video with a time skip to win the academy graduation. Within the academy, almost 35 times, Naruto had almost murdered someone, causing him to be named the Demon Brat. Whew, I'm sorry, my head just hurt. Like, it just hurt. Like, to where I have to take out my pain onto this counter. Oh. Whew. Yeah, just have to release. Anyway. Oh, my head hurt. Anyway. Naruto was within the classroom. Alright, the academy test which will be divided into 5 divisions. The written test, the accuracy test, the speed test, and the strength test, and a test to see a jutsu. You will be given 5 jutsu that you have to do. If you can do 2 of them, then you pass. The written test. Naruto quickly passed that with quick succession, hardly having to do that much work, simply because it was that easy. Well, to him. Now the accuracy test. Naruto picked up kunai and shuriken. Then he threw him up into the air. Then he unleashed so much killer intent that it actively created an aura that pushed away the material, which was something that scared the shit out of Iruka and most of the other students. They flew with immense accuracy, hitting the checkpoints with with only one of them not hitting the checkpoint, but instead splitting the tree in the area that the kunai hit, and splitting the tree in the area where the kunai hit, and just going completely through it. The next one was the shuriken. Accuracy test, and he quickly passed that with succession using his hands. Then it was Sinbone, and he did that with his legs. No, with his feet. Ooh, that sounds weird. But he just used his toes to kick them into the targets. Now, Naruto had to finish off his last target, and then he went into the speed test. Naruto, he's As then Iruka had gave him a bead and said, "Get this to the other side of the other side of the yard via speed within at least 2 minutes." 2 minutes. I'll break that down into 1 second. Naruto then Naruto then Naruto's skin then got darker. Then his hair proceeded to fly up a little. Not to Super Saiyan proportions because of the fact that he was not going into his full power rage mode. This was a name that, on my part, is really cool. Semi rage. No, false rage. Do you remember something? Super Saiyan, false Super Saiyan. No, regular base, false Super Saiyan. Whew. Some Dragon Ball Z references here. Anyway, um, quickly hit the form and then got there under 1 second, putting the bell within a bucket. Uruka's ah fucking head hurt. Uruka's mouth then dropped open wide. He's quick. Now the strength test. No, let's say that it's taijutsu. No, strength. Naruto was supposed to punch a wooden log and see how far he can get through it. Naruto then punched it, doing it no damage. Or that was assumed. Then Naruto stepped back as he walked away. You didn't do anything to the tree. Wait for it. As then a mild gust of wind flew by and the particles that the tree branch that the wooden log was now made of blown away into the wind. Alright, now it's time for your taijutsu test. You have to fare against Mizuki, who will be holding back for at least 1 minute. Naruto said, "Make that him falling onto his knees and begging for his life." Ooh, god damn it, my head hurt. Naruto then appeared and then double tapped his chest. As in double tapped his chest, he punched his chest 2 times. But it was so quick it seemed like he hadn't done anything. As then Mizuki coughed out blood, she jumped back. "Naruto, I said taijutsu, not..." "Alright," Naruto said, as then he activated his semi-rage mode. His semi-rage mode, once activated, he looked up at Mizuki, then then he adjusted his stance as he bent his knees forward, as his knees was facing Mizuki, well, one of them, while the other stretched back facing his side. Then one arm hit the ground, but was pointed towards the ground. Well, more like this. While the other was more up and was faced towards Mizuki. Naruto then said, Taijutsu style, rapid beast. As this was what he called this jutsu, his taijutsu style. He disappeared, then swung his hands rapidly at Mizuki. Mizuki quickly realized that if he was going to stop himself from literally dying, he was going to have to go all out. Once going all out, Naruto and Mizuki were equal, were pretty much equal. But that was only because of the fact that Naruto hadn't gripped onto his, was not using his sword, which he changed it up to. Well, once he's using his sword, he calls his fighting style Biju dance. Once fighting Mizuki, once going all out, he then used the body flicker technique, which caused Naruto to be quickly and swiftly taken care of. Naruto then, once being taken care of, he then said, while coughing up saliva, he then said, Taijutsu style, dancing Biju. While having his sword pointing towards the ground, then he quickly shot into his stance and disappeared. Simply because of the fact that this stance allowed him to use his weight as leverage to move faster because of the fact that he ran. He then swung his body around quickly, using his weight to push forward, then turned around and kept on doing so, which Mizuki found interesting. But his speed was so quick that he was blurring. Then Naruto quickly decided not to do this because he felt weird. He's constantly switching up. He then said, Biju dance! As then Mizuki was within the range of Naruto. Naruto stopped in front of Mizuki, quickly stopping. He then spun towards Mizuki with rapid succession, like the like the nine tails tail. It was Naruto was capable of moving from different spots at rapid succession, and he moved so wildly with his Biju dance that his fighting style was unpredictable, and it was pretty much too OP for most people. Seen as if I was an elite, elite dude, and this didn't happen, you know. Right. Naruto then swung his blade towards Mizuki, rapidly spinning his blade around at the tips of his hand, using the tips of his hands, the tiny tips of his fingers alone to keep the blade spinning while in range of his hand, causing causing him to be surprised. He used the tips of his finger. He wasn't even holding onto the blade anymore. He was using the tips of his finger to literally keep this spinning blade in fingers reach. And then he released his hold on the blade by stopping his movement. With this sudden change in taijutsu style, Mizuki was quickly slashed up by this rapidly spinning blade. It cut through his flesh like nothing, even though it was a wooden blade. Huh, Naruto said, with the blade rapidly cutting him up. He fell to the ground, exhausted from basically this onslaught of attacks. Um, Naruto, we then go into the um jutsu test. Shinsu. You have to use the substitution jutsu. As then Mizuki grabbed onto a kunai, and he didn't like Naruto that much, so he used all of his power. The Although the kunai was close to Mizuki's face, Naruto was capable of substituting with it, bringing up his fist and punching Mizuki dead in his chin, leaving him winded. Now, if y'all know me, I used to go from making hella long videos to hella short videos compared to the hella long ones. But I was never like the king of weebs who did hour-long videos guaranteed to be either an hour long or in the 50-minute range. I did 40 from 50 minutes, but I'm sorry, this is going to be more on the shorter side. Anyway, Naruto then quickly then did a clone jutsu using the fact that he was incredible at his control to his advantage. Because of the fact that he was so good at his control. Jesus Christ, what was that? What was that? Jesus Christ. Naruto, after showing his strength, he did the clone jutsu, and he did the rest of the jutsu. Basically, congratulations, you're the rookie of the year. Iruka said. Then Sasuke being second, he gritted his teeth. I challenge you for the title of Rookie of the Year, Sasuke proclaimed. Naruto then said, you'll shit your pants before you'll ever be able to stop me. Then we skip to the yard where Sasuke and Naruto are going to battle for the title Rookie of the Year. Begin! Iruka says. Naruto not liking the Uchiha, no matter how much he wanted to obey the rules, he really wanted to beat the shit out of Sasuke. He then summoned his full power, something he hadn't done since those Chunin. He had created variations of the mode, as he then said, True Rage. With his true power unleashed, he had become a beast. because that's just how my stories go. Cause Naruto ain't slipping his ass out. He just too much of a beast. I forgot. I literally fucking forgot. I forgot. I forgot I told everyone that I wasn't making any more videos for this specific topic and that they would have to check it out on Wattpad. And Wattpad is not a sponsor. It's just the only app that I can make shit on. Shit. Alright, I'm just gonna do the nuclear release shit because I cannot vary. Anyway, Naruto then Naruto then went into his true rage form, his power fully being unlocked. This is only a form that he could achieve when he is actually mad. He couldn't achieve it just by through a regular basis. His rage form, his false rage form, he could only achieve those when he could achieve those anyway. But his true rage form, he can only achieve it once he's incredibly angry. Beginning of before a match. Huh. Look at you. You're not even a part of a clan. That's why you're weak. You'll never be strong. While an elite Uchiha is the strongest. I bet your father and your mother were just little whores who go around fucking other people. Just so weak. Naruto, at the beginning of the match, you'll pay for talking about my parents, no matter what. Most jonin within the Leaf Village, if they ever heard you speaking about the man that you speak of, they'd kill you 1,000,000 times over for his sacrifice. And if most ever told you about my grandfather, I'm a part of a rare clan, you do know that. As then Uzumaki chains burst out of his body, going everywhere. And I'll show you a technique, another technique of my other clan. Ross Naruto said, as then his blade then transformed into a blue steel blade, with his chains becoming smaller but stronger, far stronger. Then his hair went completely down, but his skin continued to darken. And this is another technique of of the Uzuma of the Uzumaki clan. With his blue blade, then the hilt of it became black with emeralds and other expensive jewels planted through the hilt. As then his clothes then changed as they were dipping from the color from his usual colors into white. Then his blue eyes began to darken. No, his purple eyes began to darken until they hit black. Then, then four lines stretched out of his pupil, cutting through his into his his whites of the eye. And then he said, my true form, my clan's technique, Raza. Then he disappeared with all of the speed that he had. He then swung his blade, planting it into the skin of Sasuke, running it completely through the beginning of Sasuke's right arm, his shoulder. Then he sliced farther down, causing Sasuke to lose his arm. Then he slammed his blade into Sasuke's chest, providing a huge cut right across his chest. Then he went for the back, slamming slamming it his blade into it. Then he slammed the hilt of his blade into Sasuke's head when Sasuke couldn't even scream. The Chunin to see this terrifying sight. After all, Iruka did not become a class teacher because he wanted to teach kids. He wanted to get away from all of the violence and such. He he coughed up throw up as he then threw up on the ground to see such a sight. It only seemed like a second for them when they seen Iruka throwing up. Then they looked over at the battle to see Sasuke's arm hitting the ground, with blood splishing everywhere, in Naruto in seemingly a different form. In blade, Naruto's blade then turned back into wood as his clans, his unknown clan's dojutsu. What was this new form of dojutsu? Well, we get into his backstory. Naruto, um, Minato never unlocked his Kekkei Genkai since he never knew that he was a part of uh, a clan besides the other clan, and you could only gain this Kekkei Genkai through death. You have to die. It's the only way that his clan's Kekkei Genkai could work. Only if you die. And Naruto had came so close to death that the death god had considered it death. And then his clan's Kekkei Genkai kicked in, yanking him from his death. Most of his clan members not finding out that they had an actual Kekkei Genkai or Dojutsu. Simply, that's the reason why they only realized this. But once they died, they came back to life, but their body failed them simply because of the fact that they were old and such. And their body was really weakened. Naruto. Naruto then de-transformed with his eyes, then returning to its pupil into a purple, then going into blue. His hair stayed the same, except turned 2 shades lighter, and the aura around him had been extinguished. Then Mizuki and Ruka then quickly rushed in, trying to fix up Sasuke. Mizuki, no, Iruka said while throwing up a little bit in his mouth. Naruto Uzumaki the winner. As he coughed up, as he then looked at Naruto with disgust within his eyes and a little bit of fear. He feared Naruto now. Huh. You're in the Uchiha clan, and you're part of the Uchiha clan, and you don't even have a simple dojutsu. While I have my clan's dojutsu, and I have my father's Kekkei Genkai. As then whispers came into his head. Absolute control over wind, or swift relief. While my father didn't gain this Kekkei Genkai of the Namikaze, I did. Then the wind around everyone caused them to lift up. I have the true power. You call yourself an elite of your dead clan. I guess since your clan's stronger and better are all dead, you can't consider yourself elite. But into the eyes of others with far stronger abilities, yet they differentiate. Yet they don't differentiate in age. Well, that shows your weakness. You weak, sad Uchiha. And that's the end of this video. Thank y'all guys. Make sure that y'all check out the episode on Wattpad once it come out. Thank y'all. And subscribe it. Ooh, I stole that from DJB. Or I forgot his name. But I didn't steal his intro. Hi, I'm poor. Wait. Hi, I'm Paul. Hi, I'm poor. Bye.